this sense of belonging at ESMT. So at least in my experience, I didn't find this sense, this sentiment in my previous academic experience, and I think this is a really important as well as valuable thing, because it's basically us being in a family. Maybe it's due because it is due to the fact that ESMT is not such a big university. It's not such a big cohort, but yeah, there is this sense of family. There is this sense of belonging, of being part of something which is greater and active part, I would say, of such an organization, and having the opportunity to provide value to other persons as well. So my name is Andrea Manzi. I'm a 25, almost 26 years old student from Italy. Yeah, I'm currently living in Heilbronn, a city in southern Germany, where I'm doing my internship as part of the MIM program at ESMT. That's where I'm studying for my master's in management. I've studied business administration back in Italy. After it, I took a gap year after graduation. During that year, I, let's say, started a entrepreneurial venture with some friends of mine. Is it called Nesca? It's a sustainable clothing brand, which is still going. It's still alive, even though it's like a side hustle for us. And yeah, after it, I didn't want to, let's say, interrupt my education. So I decided to continue further with a master degree. In Italy, in my previous experience, lectures were carried out by the professor to the students. So you basically are a passive user of the lecture itself, whereas here you learn from others. You learn from a very broad and diverse environment. So it's often the case that you will be active part of the lecture, and you will be the one who will teach someone something to someone else, and this is really great, I think. At that time, like coming after this small entrepreneurial adventure, I was basically looking into this world of entrepreneurship, and then it turned out that Berlin was a great place for this reason, since I think the ecosystem that's present in Berlin, it's really great on this perspective, in this view. So everything that relates to technology, innovation, and the whole startup environment there is really great. So this was one point that to some extent attracted me a lot. There are a lot of opportunities, meaning a lot of interesting programs and activities that are carried out at ESMT. One of these, for mention, for example, is the Social Impact Project. This is something that really attracted me a lot. So basically, this is an activity that is carried out during the second year of the Master's in Management, and basically students propose a project which has to be, let's say, has to add some value on a social perspective. You are free to do this activity wherever you want. In case the project is accepted by the university, you then build a team with some students, and you basically for 1 month you work on a social on a social activity, which has a social value. And yeah, I think this is really great. So many people, for example, work as a pro bono consultant in NGOs, or and basically it's also a great opportunity to travel and visit new places, and make a little bit of impact. That is something that ESMT students, I would say, have all in common as a feature. Internship module is a mandatory part of the MIM program. So basically, in the first semester, you will have some just lectures, basically, on campus. And the second module in the second semester is mainly made of the internship part. It is a mandatory part, as I told, about the program. So you are required to do that for at least 12 weeks, if I'm not wrong. But basically, you are free to extend it as until the next semester starts. I'm doing an internship at Bosch in southern Germany in a product management team. So I got an offer basically from the network of ESMT. They contacted me through email, and yeah, then it worked out pretty well, I would say. I would say that ESMT is a great provider of opportunities in this perspective. This doesn't necessarily mean that it would be easy. So I think ESMT has a great network with companies. There is a very big and effective pool of alumni, and I would say that the sense of belonging at ESMT is really powerful in this perspective, because it happened to me that, for example, just searching on LinkedIn, I've seen that person there was attending ESMT 6 years ago and now is working in US in a company I wanted to join. And I just suddenly text him and I was like, "Hi, I am Andrea, I'm a MIM student at ESMT." And he was like, "Hey, Andrea, how's it going?" I think this is a very powerful thing, because there is this, again, as I said, a sense of belonging, which makes the connection really, really, really effective in the perspective of work. There is a brilliant career service which constantly works for us, basically for us students, finding for us some opportunities, organizing great events as the career fair, for example, or company visits. Yeah, I think it's really, really effective in that perspective. It's really valuable for us students. The intensity of the program. So at least at the beginning, it will be hard. At least it was for me. I was pretty much absorbed by the whole program, which is fine, because that's the reason why I decided to came and study abroad and at ESMT particularly. But it was hard. It was hard. So this is something I would definitely keep in mind. It's not an easy journey. It's quite tough. But at the end, it's really valuable. It's really pleasant, I would say, and joyful. So there will be highs, there will be lows, but overall, it's on a really high side. Another thing is probably for someone as me who did not have any other experience abroad beforehand, is probably the fact of being away from your hometown, home place, home country. But even though it might be hard for someone, I would say that all the students at ESMT are basically in the same situation, since it is a pretty international environment. So I think this year we've been 40 different nationalities represented. So basically out of 100, 110 students, there's everyone is in the same situation. Everyone is in a new country, more or less. It was really fast, the way how we built friendships, and at least for me, it wasn't a big pain for me being away from home, because I could really quickly install new friendships, relationships. And I think if someone chooses to make such a journey, inside has this goal already. So it's just to just clarify the motivation and just stick with it. I would say so.